I am Nick Shell, and I am a rebel. I am so rebellious that right now you're watching a video in which I already know I can't make money from. YouTube is going to disqualify me from making money from this video because in the title I'm going to have the phrase Big Pharma. Sponsors don't want to, sponsor a guy like me if I'm talking against medicine and Big Pharma. They instantly disqualify me from it. So I'm taking this one for the team. I'm doing this video because I want to, and so that we can have an honest, open conversation about it, even though I'll definitely make no money from this video. I want to be clear about that. Okay, here's what inspired this. I made a video several months ago called Hair Loss Cure. I'm not buying it. I'd rather be bold and confident. Mikhail Turlik had this to say, quote, acceptance of hair loss is not an easy task, but giving money to Big Pharma is the worst thing a man can do. By now, we could have the Brotzu lotion to try, but it is not going to happen as Big Pharma did pay the Fidia Italian company to stop the production. We live in a bad, bad world, end quote. So you all know me. Obviously, by default, if a man is a vegan for nearly 5 years, then yeah, by default, he's anti-Big Pharma. It just goes hand in hand, I don't trust companies whose job it is to make profits off of people's insecurities. Now, I understand it's great if we can find a cure for diseases. I'm all for it. But obviously, there's a gray area. There's a scale when it goes from maybe even like a plastic surgeon too. Someone says, you know what? There are people getting into car accidents, being disfigured. I want to be a plastic surgeon. I want to help restore that person's appearance and help give them their identity back to some degree. So they go to school, they become that, they work on people, and they feel so good in what they do. And then here comes a 23-year-old girl. Might as well call her a Barbie doll. She looks perfect. But she doesn't like there's a slight bump in her nose. And so she wants to get that fixed. Her lips actually kind of comes up a little bit like this, and she wants to get that taken care of. And actually her ears kind of go like this a little bit, so she's gonna go ahead and get those pulled back. There's just a few little minor adjustments. She's only 23, but she wants to have just a little, and maybe just if she could have her eyes come up a little bit more, because psychologically, if you have eyebrows that come like this, you're more attractive because people think that you're interested in them psychologically. So she just wants to get a few things done. So that same plastic surgeon that works on restoring people who are disfigured in car accidents or in war, whatever it is, now they've got young Barbie coming in here who's already perfect, wanting to become more perfect. And there's the moral dilemma, right? Because one of these things is complete vanity. The other is actually truly helping a person become restored. And that's how I feel about Big Pharma. It's great that they're able to have medicine that is able to help and cure people, but then also, are they preying on insecurity for people? And we've all seen the commercials, of course they are. They're so desperate to get money out of us. Have you seen the commercial? And comedians have made fun of this one too, where they're like, do your eyes ever feel dry? You might have, and then they name some disease in which you have dry eyes. So then you need to go out, get a prescription, ask your doctor about whatever it is so that you won't have dry eyes anymore. And a guy like me says, if your eyes are that dry, it's probably something in your diet. You're probably not getting enough hydration. You're probably not getting enough fruit or something. That sounds like just poor diet. Is what it sounds like a side effect of someone that doesn't exercise enough and eats too much fast food is what it sounds like to me. Like a lot of those things seem that way. And of course, onset diabetes, so predictable, so preventable. We're eating too much eggs, dairy, and meat. Never in the history of the world have people eaten this much of animal products. And so of course they've got high blood pressure and all this stuff. Of course. I guess that's the thing. When a person like me knows how to prevent problems, I don't care about trying to cure them. I mean, because I had diacidrosis eczema. I had constant sinusitis. I had pet allergies, and now I don't because I changed my diet. And I didn't need any help from Big Pharma from any of that. In fact, if I still depended on them, I'd still have eczema. I'd still have constant sinusitis and be allergic to pets. All those things would still be going on in my life. if I were trying to depend on big pharma for that. Instead, I took matters into my own hands. And I think there's a lot to be said from a psychological point of view in this video on my stance on hair loss. I totally get it, and I totally applaud and celebrate any man out there who needs to get a hair transplant or needs to take Rogaine or Propecia, whatever it is to save his hair. I totally applaud him because he's doing what's right for him. But I represent the people too that personally say, forget that system. I don't want my confidence to be based on some corporation who's just here to make profits off of me, when I could just embrace my baldness and move on. Now granted, we've now determined I guess I won't be that guy anytime soon because my hair's still here. Some might say that my vegan lifestyle and the fact that I use rosemary oil has something to do with that, but even then, rosemary oil is not big pharma. And I'm not trying to, be part of some kind of pyramid scheme where, well, I've got the best organic rosemary oil and you should totally get mine. And then if you get mine, you can sell it to this guy, this guy. No, I'm like, just go to Whole Foods and pay the cheapest one you get and use that. That's what I've been doing for 13 months. You can tell I am anti-establishment. You can tell that. Why pay someone else and why place your confidence in some corporation when you can own it yourself? Just like I say, why do you allow other people to control your emotions? Why do you let some guy flip you off on the interstate, then flip them back and curse them out and then get all distraught? You know what I do when people flip me off on the interstate? I just keep driving. I don't think about it again. That's the problem, is people give too much power over their own lives to other people. People are always going to be preying on your insecurities. I want to beat every troll to whatever they're going to say. Whatever they want to say about me. Hey, Nick, you're fat. Hey, Nick, your nose is big. Hey, Nick, your eyes are crooked. Hey, Nick, you're really hairy. I'm not an insecure guy. And I'm not here to say that you're insecure, that if you use Propecia, whatever it is. I'm just saying, though, for all the people who do need that, and that's important to them, there's a lot of people like me who say, forget big pharma. I'm going to take care of this myself. I don't need what they're selling. And really, this is what I'm all about anyway. I always preach a message of be a creator, not a consumer. What are my hobbies? Do you know what my hobbies are? Well, I'm a very involved dad and husband, right? But when everyone's asleep, what am I doing? I'm blogging, which makes me money. And I'm making videos, which makes me money. I'm creating. I'm a confident person who creates. What I'm not doing is consuming. I don't need whatever anybody's selling. I don't need it. If anything, I'm the one selling entertainment and conversation through my writing and through my videos. I think ultimately you have to ask yourself, are you a creator or are you a consumer? And I would argue that someone who is a creator is going to be a confident person, and that someone who's consuming all the time is not. That's why I diss sports all the time. Yes, if you're a sports fan, I think it's ridiculous. Do whatever you want to do. Just be confident as you wear a jersey with somebody else's name on it and spend hundreds of dollars to have a Super Bowl party. Fine, do that. I don't spend money for my hobbies. I make money from them. And I think it has a lot to do with my mindset. So what do you need to know about me? I do not trust big pharma. I do not need big pharma for anything like that's vanity. If my kid is sick, if I'm sick, if my wife's sick, sure, I'll take your medicine. But they want us to believe through these commercials that there's something wrong with you. If you think you're okay, oh, don't worry, we'll find something wrong with you. Oh, my gum is kind of too red. Do you suffer from too red gums? Are they too red? Well, we've got just the thing. Galagagoo. It'll solve it. Like, what? I can't even pronounce it or spell it. Exactly. They've always got something to sell you. They're preying on people's insecurities. They want people to think that they're not perfect and that they need to be saved and they need to be cured. Despite all my rage, I'm not still just a rat in a cage.